Hello and welcome to this video that explains how to get started using your NexStride. My name is Lori Brickner. I'm a physical therapist and I've been a physical therapist for 37 years. The NexStride is unique in that it's customizable, and what that means is that it can be attached to whatever assistive device that you use. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the NexStride on a rollator walker. So the NexStride gives you the ability to use two different kinds of cues, visual cues and auditory cues. Our goal in this video is to teach you how to use the green laser line on the NexStride unit as a visual cue so that it will help you initiate steps or take longer steps. Research shows that visual cues help us with all different kinds of mobility issues. So the green laser light, like the one that's used on the NexStride, it's helpful in creating a longer stride length, giving us steps that are more symmetrical, and also reducing our fall risk. So then that way it helps increase your confidence when you're walking. So when you're using the NexStride, it might be helpful for you to think of the green laser line as a target that you're going to step over. That's going to allow you to take longer steps, but in addition to that, it will help you facilitate movement and practice a more natural gait pattern. So at this point, we're going to demonstrate the NexStride on a rollator walker. Okay, you can see that the NexStride has already been attached to the rollator, and where we've put the NexStride is on the back leg of the rollator, and that's because our goal is to step over the laser line. So here's our main unit. That main unit is attached here. Up here, we have the hand controller. And the reason it's up here by the handle is because that's going to give you easy access to the visual cue button and the auditory cue button. So let's show you how to turn this on, and then we'll go ahead and proceed to using the NexStride. So on the top of the NexStride is the toggle switch that actually turns it on. And once it's on, you're going to see a green LED light, meaning that the unit's on. Then you're going to come up here to the hand controller, and there's a green button that you're going to push, and the green button is going to turn on the laser line. So the green button corresponds with the green laser line. Now you see that the green laser line is going to be positioned in front of the back wheels of the walker. Now, another unique quality of the NexStride is that it's multi-directional. So you can take the visual cue and you can actually move it forward or backwards or to the left or to the right. So what we've done is position it right in front of the back wheels. All right, so we've turned the unit on down here at the main unit. We've press the green button to turn on the green laser light. The green laser light is in front of those back wheels, and it looks like we're ready to go. So to go ahead and use the NexStride, and we're going to use the visual cue on the NexStride to help us either initiate movement or take longer steps. So what you want to do is glide the walker forward and keep your body inside the frame of that walker so the walker doesn't get too far in front of you and get away from you, all right? So you can glide the walker forward and think about it again as this is your target. You're stepping over the target. And what you may want to do is take several steps with one foot so you practice that goal of stepping over the target with one foot as you glide the walker forward, and then stepping over the target with the other foot. And then we're going to go ahead and start walking, keeping in mind that that green laser light is your target that you're stepping over. You're stepping over. Again, you're keeping your body inside the frame of that walker and stepping over your target. Another feature that's important to mention about the NexStride is that the cues are on demand. What that means is that you can turn them on or off based on what your needs are. So let's say, for example, that you need the cues just to initiate a step. So what you would do is turn the cues on, initiate your step, and go ahead and begin walking. And then as you're walking, if you no longer need those cues, go ahead and use the buttons to turn those cues off. The NexStride is helping you break down the components of walking into small and feasible goals so that you can reach toward or step toward those goals. As you practice using the NexStride, you may slowly start to see a change in your walking. So now let's take this time to talk about how we would use the laser line to take a longer step if that laser line was out on the horizon. So what you may ask is, why would I put that laser line way out on the horizon, out in front of the walker, instead of next to my feet or nearer my feet? Well, the laser line, when it's near your feet or closer to your feet, causes us to look down towards that laser line. And when we do that, the tendency is for your center of mass to shift forward. And that can make it a little tougher for you to initiate a step or take a longer step. So one option is to put that laser line out on the horizon, and then you can use the laser line as a visual cue to step towards it. So instead of using the laser line as a goal to step over, in this situation, you would use the laser line to step toward it as your goal. And if that laser line is too far out in front of you, where you start to feel like maybe it's just too far or there's some sort of disconnect, it's because it's out in front of me, then what you can do is use the feature, that multi-directional feature that's on the NexStride, and move that laser line back and closer to your feet until you find kind of your sweet spot, so that you're upright and using good posture and still able to step towards the laser line. So if you choose that option, then you're going to want to attach the attach the NexStride on the front leg of the rollator. And I'm going to demonstrate where that's located and then how to use the laser line out on the horizon. So our goal, remember, is that we are going to be stepping toward the laser line because the laser line is going to be out on the horizon. So we're going to turn the laser on, and you can see that the laser line is pointed out on the horizon. Now our goal is to be stepping toward the laser line rather than over the laser line. Okay? So again, you're going to glide the walker forward, and you're going to stay in the framework of that walker so that you can keep your posture upright. The walker doesn't get away from you. And the idea is that you're stepping toward the laser line. So you still have that visual cue of the green laser line, but it's out in front of you, potentially just keeping you a bit more upright as you're walking toward the line. Take your steps toward the line. Remember, try to use the laser line as a target that you're trying to step toward, and the NexStride is helping you break down the components of walking into small and feasible goals. Once you see the laser line, or once you hear the metronome, think of it as a goal that you are trying to reach or step to. As you practice, the more you may start to slowly see changes in your walking. At this point, please feel free to pause the video and practice stepping over the green laser line or stepping toward that green laser line. And then if you have any questions or you need assistance, we're here to help you. Go ahead and email us, and we're happy to give you the help that you need. I want to thank you for spending this time with me and learning how to use the green laser line as a visual cue in order to help you initiate steps or take longer steps.